In this video, we're going to spend some time talking about API tokens. First and foremost, want to note that our Integrator.io API uses Bearer Token Authentication. So that name, Bearer Authentication, can simply be understood as give access to the bearer of this token. So basically, if you can provide the token, you can be granted access. Really important to keep in mind, as keeping bearer tokens secured does require higher levels of security. So once you've generated an API token, you want to make sure that you do store it securely. Try not to expose it. Make sure it's only shared with folks who are actually going to need access to it. So as we're talking about tokens, we're going to head over here to resources. We're going to find API tokens. If you already have tokens created, you're not going to see this screen. Obviously, we're not going to tell you you don't have any tokens when you do, but because I do not have any tokens currently, this is the screen that I see. Lets me know a little bit about API tokens, has the option to create, and then it links a resource to learn a bit more. You'll also see this option here to create an API token. Either of these are going to lead you to this same creation screen. So as long as you are getting to that screen where you can actually create your token, you're good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is give it a name. Make sure you give it a name that is easily identifiable so that if you have multiple tokens you've created, you're able to tell what you're looking at. Because we're just doing this for the purpose of learning, I'm going to keep it simple. Example token, description is optional, and then we get to select an auto purge token. If you think about it, right, we have an API token that we are creating that allows us to create a connection to your data. Really good idea to consider how long you actually want to give that outside application access. So we can choose anywhere from 1 hour all the way to never. It could, never purge. Maybe it's something that you want to always give access to. Otherwise, it can go out to 30 days. I'm going to go ahead and select 1 hour just so I know this is going to purge shortly here. From there, you get to set the scope. This is really based on what you're doing. What do you need this token for? Is it based on something specific? Maybe you want to give access to a specific export, or you can choose full access. So by choosing full access, you are granting access to your entire account. So by clicking that, have granted that full access there, and then we can save and close. Once we save and close, we can see that example token. It is active. It's going to purge here in an hour. I can show my token because this is not connected to any actual data and it's just for learning purposes. I am going to show that token. You will, just as a heads up, get a little email sent to you letting you or anyone else who is an admin or an owner in your account know that that token was displayed in clear text. I can copy that. Now I have that token. I'm ready to use it. Under actions, I can also edit my token, view the audit log. I can revoke a token, generate a new one there. So a couple different options of things I can do once that is created. Again, really, really important to keep it secure. Don't display it in plain sight like I did. That was just for us to use since this is kind of a testing or a learning environment. But once that token is created, you are good to go to copy it and use as needed.